If you run every ad you write through this checklist, I guarantee you'll find more winners. This is decades of proven copywriting tactics boiled down to 11 simple pillars that will guarantee your ad, at the very least, is a solid test and not a waste of your ad budget. Hey, I'm Tiana. I am a creative strategist with roots in traditional copywriting. I help DTC brands find more winning ads on Meta more often with copy-first creatives that convert. And today, I'm going to run you through my 11 pillars of persuasion. This is a checklist that I use to determine if an ad is even worth testing or not. And I'm going to give it to you right here in this video. Plus, I'm going to break down each pillar with examples to make sure that you fully understand them. So instead of dedicating years of your life to reading every copywriting book from every copywriting master and learning and testing these proven principles through practice like I did, you can simply set aside the next few minutes of your day and you'll have everything you need to write solid ads now. Pillar number 1, lizard brain buys. If you caught my earlier video about the brain science of buying, you would know that there are 3 main parts of the brain and only one of those parts actually hits the buy now button. Here's how that works. The limbic part of the brain controls emotion. If your ad can rile up feelings of fear, sadness, anger, shame, or excitement, it will trigger the lizard brain into fight or flight mode. And that's the part of the brain that takes action to relieve uncomfortable feelings or to feel more good feelings. That's why your ad needs to tap into these deeper emotions and move your audience into action. You can do this a couple ways. You can dig in the knife with your copy or your visuals to agitate that pain point and really bring it to front of mind, like in this ad, which reminds prospects of their discomfort, or this ad, which paints a bleak picture of the prospect's current life and uses visual examples to help them relive these specific, very emotionally charged moments. Or this ad, which stirs up strong feelings of guilt and fear for dog owners who would give anything to protect their best friend and would be horrified to learn that they might in fact be hurting them. Now, it doesn't always have to be negative. You can rile up strong positive emotions to kick that lizard brain into action too, like this ad does. You just got to make sure that you paint a very vivid dream future that your prospect would be emotionally impacted by. Pillar number 2, you can't create desire. You need to ride mass desires that already exist. And here's what I mean by that. If the offer itself does not solve a big problem that many people struggle with right now, it's going to be difficult to sell. For example, imagine trying to sell a collagen that makes you grow thicker, fuller leg hair. That's going to be very hard, right? Because who wants that? Now, if you take the same collagen and you tell me that it helps me grow more luscious hair on my head, that's going to be easier, right? So your ad needs to tap into those existing desires that your audience already has. So resist the urge to make them care about something new, and also figure out what they would kill for right now the most. Furthermore, you can tap into mass desires that are attached to your product, as in the ones that have the widest spread appeal, so that you can grab the attention of a much bigger audience. And those desires will fall under health, wealth, or relationship umbrellas. Pillar number 3, benefits beat features. Features are just facts about your product. And if you just name features only, it will require me to connect the dots myself and decide how those features will impact my life. While benefits describe exactly how the product will make my life better. For example, a razor has 5 blades. That's a feature. Why does that matter to me? Because the benefits of that are a closer, smoother shave, no irritation or nicks. And you can go even deeper, because what it really means is that I'm going to feel confident at the pool this summer. So that's why all of these winning ads focus on benefits over features. Also, unlike features, benefits stir up a very emotional response, like in this ad, which is in perfect alignment with pillars 1, 2, and 3. Pillar number 4, the effort equation. Your prospect wants the biggest possible results for the least amount of effort. This is the reason why pills sell so well. You can get a huge outcome by just popping a capsule into your mouth, and it really beats going to the gym and eating healthy every single day. That's why your ad needs to make your solutions sound as easy as possible. For example, lose weight while you sleep. That's a big result for little to almost no effort. Just one dot per day, just one wash, just one simple change. These are all examples of ways that you can use copy to make your solution sound easier. And this is why you'll see a lot of supplement brands use phrases like your simple morning routine or 7-second hack, because it really beats saying, hey, take these every single day for the next 3 months consistently and maybe you'll get results. That just sounds way too hard. Pillar number 5, stranger status. When scientists measured brain activity, they noticed that a little tiny part of the brain lights up when we think about ourselves, but it does not light up when we think about strangers, which, okay, not super surprising, but the interesting thing is that same part of the brain also does not light up when we think about our future selves. In other words, the brain sees the future self, so me in 3 months, 6 months, a year, as a total stranger. So if you're trying to sell someone on the benefits they're gonna get 6 months from now, they just won't care as much. That's why your ad needs to focus on the most immediate benefits possible. So instead of telling your prospect what's gonna happen to them in 3 months, tell them what's gonna happen to them in the next few days. Even better, the next hour. Even better than that, the next 5 minutes. Pillar number 6, 5th grade brain. You need to write in a simple, straightforward, and clear way. It's gotta be so simple that if a 5th grader was eavesdropping on the conversation, they would understand too. Not only because the average reading levels are shockingly low, but also because the easier that the language is, the faster your message will be absorbed, which is incredibly important in 2025 when your prospect is brain dead from looking at their screen all day and you only have a couple of seconds to grab their attention as they're scrolling through their feed. And yes, you need to communicate this way even if your audience is very smart, because it's not about intelligence. This is about energy and attention span. Pillar number 7, clarity over cleverness. If your ad is too clever, the message will not be clear and your prospect will not be interested. You can think of it like a spectrum, and clear is over here and then clever is way over here. Winning ads are much closer to this end of the spectrum. So don't be afraid to just hit the nail on the head and say this pain point is going to go away, or you're going to get this benefit with ease. This doesn't mean that you can't just get creative or silly or add personality into your ads. Those are good things too. It just means that you can't do that at the sacrifice of clarity. This is a very close cousin to pillar number 5, because both are about communicating your message clearly to attract your buyer in a matter of seconds. Pillar number 8, show, don't tell. Instead of just telling me what I'm going to get from using your product, I want you to go a little deeper and paint a picture of the outcome or the pain point in my mind's eye. Or better yet, make me actually experience that feeling in my body right now. Here's a few ways that you can do that in your ads. 1, you can literally just show me with visuals, or you can use metaphorical visuals that serve as a reminder of how something looks or feels, or you can use sensitized language that causes a physiological reaction, like smooth skin, silky hair, because when you use words like that, I can actually feel them because I have felt that before. So I can make that brain-body connection pretty easily. Lastly, you could use specific real-life examples of how the pain point makes my life worse or how the benefit would improve my life. And what I mean by that is, instead of telling me my knee pain is going to go away, you can tell me I'm going to be able to walk up the stairs without wincing in pain, or I'm going to be able to go biking with my friends again, because now I'm picturing my future life in my mind's eye, which makes for a very emotional response, which means the lizard brain will be kicked into buying mode, which ultimately means more revenue for you. Pillar number 9, be specific. If you click the link below and you check out my Copy First Creatives course, or if we ever work together directly and I'm consulting on your ads like I do for other 7, 8, and 9-figure e-com brands, or if you hire me as a coach and I am looking at your ads, you will hear me say this a lot. Be more specific. There are 2 main reasons why this is so important. 1, the more specifically you describe my pain point or my dream outcome, the more seen and heard I will feel, which means a more emotional response, which means more clicks, more revenue for you. And number 2, the more specific you get, the more curiosity and intrigue you can actually create. Now, this may seem really counterintuitive, but the more details that you actually reveal, the more questions that you prompt in your prospect's mind. For example, imagine a video hook that says, I ate this and I lost weight. That's pretty compelling, but what if I instead said, I ate this fruit and lost 7 pounds in 7 days? I am revealing a lot more details, but I'm also provoking a lot more curiosity. And if you use curiosity successfully in your video hook, for example, you're going to increase your hold rate and ultimately your click-throughs significantly. That is why I will be a total broken record on this. Be specific. Pillar number 10, one big idea. Your ads are assembled by mixing and matching messages with formats and visuals and styles. So there's a lot of moving pieces, a lot of elements. But at the end of the day, all of those elements need to come together to communicate just one big, clear message. If your prospect had to sum up your message in a few words, could they? If they can't, rework it until they can. Pillar number 11, don't reinvent the wheel. Creativity and innovation is a good thing, and there is a ton of room for experimentation and play inside of your ads, but resist the urge to be different just because. When you study your competitors, you're going to notice trends in primary pain points or benefits or objections that are being called out or styles that are being used. So there's a reason why these things are striking a chord with your audience consistently, and you should be finding a way to tap into those things with your ads too. Now, this does not mean copying and pasting your competitors' ads. I'm not suggesting that, but it does mean keeping an eye on what's already working and doubling down on that and finding a way to use it in your own unique way. Okay, we just covered a lot there, and I know that some of these concepts can be overwhelming to grasp in just one tiny little video. So if you want access to my 11 Pillars of Persuasion checklist, which has examples and breakdowns of each pillar spelled out for you, so you can easily run your ads through it and feel very confident that you have a strong ad to test before you waste a dime on it, there is a link below where you can get your hands on the full checklist. Until next time, please hit subscribe or give me a little like if this video was helpful for you. I will use that as a sign to keep putting free training and content out there just like this one. I'll chat with you soon.